Hello there, greetings from Xerxes IT Training and Projects. So in this tutorial we are going to discuss about how to work with the strings using Julia programming a language. So instead of wasting time, let's dive into the hands-on session. So here what I have done already, I have created one new notebook using Anaconda Navigator. Now you can see here I have already integrated my Julia programming language, that is the Julia compiler with Anaconda Navigator, and you can see here there are three different the circles that indicate that I can run a Julia programming language using this Jupyter notebook. So let's try to have one variable. I'll try to save some strings. So as you know, as you guys are familiar with the strings is a group of characters. Okay, so and always remember, while saving the strings in Julia programming language, we have to save the string using the double quotes. So let me try to use double quotes. Let's try to have one string. Let's say I love Julia. Okay, so this I love Julia string is I'm going to store in the variable called S1. Shift and enter it. This may take little time, but once after a successful execution, it's very easy for us to manipulate. Okay, hold on. So as you now you can see that there is a string called I love Julia, and I have stored that one using S1. Suppose if you want to check the length in Julia programming language of the particular string, so you can use the method called length and call the variable where you have stored the string. It will give you the total number of the tokens what we have used in that particular length. Okay, the string. So as you can see here, there are total number of tokens which are available in this string is 12. That including spaces also. Similarly, let us say you want to check the last index of this particular length. So you can use the method called last index followed with the S1 tag. Okay, S1 variable where exactly you have stored the value. So the major difference between this last index and the length is this counts length will count individual characters, okay, of the string, but in the last index it try to count the last the character, which is nothing but here the A. Okay, so it try to find out the last, okay, the index of the character, which is nothing but the 12. Okay, so this is the major difference between the length as well as the last index. So you can use both last index method or the length method. Next is, let us imagine that I want to check the individual character. Let us imagine that I want to see the fourth character, let's say O. So to check that one, you can call straight away, you can call the variable name, which is nothing but the S1, and type the index position. Okay, so since 4, let me see what they are going to display, give me which character it is going to display. Since as far the fourth index is concerned, it should display the fourth value, which is nothing but the letter called O. Okay, so O, now you can see here the letter called O has displayed here. Similarly, you can try with other indexes also using the index symbol. Okay, in the same way, it is also possible to check the range of characters. Okay, the range of character right from starting index to the last the index. So to do that one, you can make use of the range concept here. S1. Next, I'll try to give the range. Let's say 3. 3 is holding the third position is holding by the L value here. Now let's say 6. I want to display the character which lie between 3 to 6, which is nothing but okay, love, you can see here. Okay, so love you can see here. In the same way, Julia also allows us to combine the characters. So imagine I want to combine the character, let's say love with Julia. Okay, so to combine the character, you can make use of the asterisk symbol Julia. Okay, so next shift and enter it. So it should give me the love Julia. So asterisk symbol generally are used to combine the characters in Julia programming a language. Similarly, let's say I want to repeat the same word. Imagine I want to type the Julia word 5 times. Okay, so Julia cap next to enter 5. So it will give me, it will write, okay, it will display the Julia character, Julia, the 5 times here. Similarly, let's try to have /n. Okay, let me see whether it is possible to use /n so that I can have in different. No, it's not possible. So we need to use another technique to, okay, to display, okay, 1 by 1 here. Similarly, it is also possible to split the values. Split, let's say, to split the values, so you can make use of the method called split, call the variable called s1, shift and enter it. So it will try to split the values, okay, of the s1 variable. So now you can see here, okay, it has given me, okay, all the characters I love Julia in separate lines. Now next is in the same way, it is also possible to split the individual characters also using Julia programming language by making use of the same method called split. Now I want to split, let's say, okay, the variable what I have s1, and I want to split the character e. Okay, character e, wherever you find character e, it should split me. So now you can see, okay, the moment when you see the character e, okay, it got split. That means Julia is coming in the next line here. Okay, so this is how we can do splitting using Julia programming language. Next method is, it is also possible we can replace the words, okay, or the group of characters in Julia programming language by making use of the replace method. Okay, so I have used replace, then I will call my variable called s1. Next, so I want to replace, let's say I want to replace the value of love with, okay, with adorable. Okay, with adorable. So you can replace that. Okay, adore. Okay, adore. Next, shift and enter it. Let's see whether it got replaced. Now you can see love got replaced with the I adore Julia script. Now if you check this again, if I type s1, okay, the modification what I have done, you cannot see here the modification here. So s1 is contain, again it's still contain the word called love. Now if you want to replace permanently, okay, if you want to replace love with adore, so what I can do is call s1, okay, equals to, call the method called replace. Next, and after replace, call the s1, okay, s1. Next is love, I want to replace with adore. I want to replace that one with the adore. Let's say whether it's now I'm able to, possible to replace the value with adore or not. I adore Julia. Now if I type the variable, let's say s1, so now you can see the modification. So love got replaced with the adore here. This is how we can use a string concept in Julia programming language. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really like the video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.